Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome, friends. It's the Movie Film Podcast. Movie Film Podcast. Enjoy the show. Jackie and Brian are talking about movies. Movie Film Podcast on the radio.
He's Lieutenant Frank Drebin.
Whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat.
And his city is in the hands of a master criminal with a sinister plan.
I must kill the queen.
In a movie so big, it had to be filmed in color. The Naked Gun, from the files of Police Squad.
Coming this Christmas to a theater near you. See you then.
Welcome to a movie film commentary track. My name is Zachy Hassan. I'm here with Brian Hall.
Hey, how's it going, Zachy? Sorry, I was like about to do a joke and then I hesitated and then it was my turn and I was like, don't do it, Brian. It's not funny.
I think you should not hesitate because how many shitty jokes do I do?
Well,
without a net.
It was funny because I was about to be like, Brian Hall, and I was going to say, and don't call me Shirley. Because it was for the wrong movie, but I was like, is that too many layers? Maybe this is too much.
See, I would have appreciated it. Do you want to start over?
No, I'm ready to rock. Let's do this. This movie is lean and mean, and I want this commentary to be the same thing.
I am ready to get naked.
And I have a gun.
There you go. I can think of two things wrong with that title. The Naked Gun, from the files of Police Squad. This is I think it's fair to say this is sort of one of our longtime favorites, right?
Oh, totally. This is like a long-time classic for me in my world. Yeah.
I mean, it's a movie I've revisited so many times that just the rhythms of the jokes are just part of my regular discourse,
Yeah. This is one of those movies I know backwards and forwards. And I don't do this very often, but sometimes I don't revisit movies before our commentaries because I know them so darn well and I don't feel like I need to. Mm-hmm. So I almost didn't with this one, but then I thought, why wouldn't I want to watch this again?
Well, that was my thought. I was like, we're using the release of the new film, the Legacy sequel, starring Leslie Nielsen, as sort of the hook on which to hang this commentary. But I was going to say the same thing. I was like, I don't really need a reason to rewatch The Naked Gun.
No. And I wanted all the inflections and everything because they're so perfect. Mm-hmm. The line deliveries. I just wanted them fresh in my head for this. So I watched it last night. It is literally like under 90 minutes. I think it's an hour and 22 minutes without credits. So, I mean, this thing is just, there's no excuse not to put this on and bring a little joy into your day.
I definitely agree with that. And hopefully our commentary track will do the same thing.
Absolutely.
It won't lessen the experience of watching The Naked Gun. That's our job. Do no harm. That's our marching order right now.
Funny. If we had like shirts or something, or like the Movie Film Podcast, do no harm.
Do no harm. So we are going to watch The Naked Gun from 1988. If you want to watch along with us, you can feel free to do that. If not, hopefully we'll give you a few chuckles while we I suspect we'll do a lot of chuckling.
I have a feeling.
Yeah.
I was thinking that last night because I obviously I researched this because I was interested and I want to share interesting things, but I was like, I'm probably going to be pointing and laughing, like, just, oh, there's another thing with the, yeah. No,
we're gonna karaoke this one.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. So we will hit play on 3. That's the usual thing. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, play. Ready, Brian?
I'm ready.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3, play.
Right off the bat. I love this. I've brought this up before, but I just love that Paramount. It's just so cinematic. This
it is a lot of history in that logo.
Yeah, and maybe I'm tying it with a lot of movies too. But
well, there is that, but that's the history.
Yeah. Did you find when you were watching this that you were like, oh, I was thinking this joke was coming up, but that's in part 2?
That happens less now because I've seen them all relatively recently.
Mm-hmm.
So, but definitely, like a couple of years back, I did have that happen. Yeah.
Yeah, there was the, obviously there are ones that I know are in the second one with Priscilla Presley, and she has the 3 hands to slap him. But
That's the joke I was thinking of. How funny.
Well, funny. And with this one, for some reason, I started it and I was excited, and I was saying to myself, I love it.
Oh yeah, that's the second one. Yeah,
and I was like, oh, that's not this one. That's the next one.
Now this opening sequence right here, you talk about a stick pin in time.
Yes.
Right? Because I remember seeing this as a kid, and I knew all of the figures arrayed around this table. Right?
Same, except maybe not Idi Amin.
Idi Amin, I didn't know, but obviously Gorbachev and Yasser Arafat and
Castro,
Gaddafi, etc. Yeah. But that's kind of the weird thing, is because I just watched this recently, with my kids, and it's sort of an amorphous blob of bad guys now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Right. But I think, because this movie is it's very topical.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the humor does transcend the time, because we're coming up on 40 years since it came out, and it's still funny, right?
Wow.
And I think that's what sticks out to me, is that yes, this is based on the Police Squad television series, but it's different from Police Squad in that way, where the series was like Airplane, where it was parodying cop show tropes,
right?
Whereas the movies are the stories of this idiot cop.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So there's like this subtle tonal shift,
Well, it's funny because yes, these guys, the Zucker brothers and Jim Abrams, they made Kentucky Fried Movie first, which actually I've never seen. I wonder if that would be worth checking out. But then they did Airplane, of course, which is just an all-time comedy classic. And then they wanted to make another movie spoofing the TV series M Squad.
That's right.
So, about a detective or whatever. The Mohawk.
Not just that, but like Leslie Nielsen's her reaction shot,
Yeah. I remember as a kid dying when he rubs the spot off of Gorbachev, because and then he looks direct to camera. I knew it. That was just so, in 1988 or 9 or whenever I saw this, I knew who that guy was. I knew he had that, birthmark or whatever it was up there. I could get that. That's a topical thing I could actually kind of understand and laugh at.
Well, and the thing about Gorbachev, I've got the Americans thinking I'm a nice guy.
Yes. Yes. And then, this is the other thing too. This is just such a fun way to kick off the film that all three of them do, where it's like you have the little opener, cold open, and then you just follow this police light on top of his car as he's just driving through all these ridiculous situations. And this is another one too, where I was remembering the one where he comes out of a birth canal.
Yes.
I was I can't remember which one that is, but
that's the I want to say it's the second one.
But I love this, where he goes through this house. Yeah. I love that, they're not all screaming and jumping out windows. They're like, what? They're sort of dazed by it or confused. That is such a funnier reaction to me. This kid, what? The police car driving through his house. That's really one of the magic tricks, or the secret sauce, I should say, of this movie, is that not everyone is going, huh? What's going on? Yeah. Everybody is so deadpan. And I was really watching it last night with a more critical eye. I was really admiring all the, side characters, just nurses who are behind desks, and they have the perfect deadpan reactions to Leslie Nielsen. Everyone is perfectly selling the comedy in this, no matter if they're the stars or the person who has 3 lines,
Right. Yeah, well, and Leslie Nielsen, who obviously he began his career as a as a dramatic actor, and then
right.
Airplane allowed him to leverage his perception as a dramatic actor to make his character so funny. And then that sort of uncorked what turned out to be, just a guy who really loved mugging for the camera.
Yeah.
And carrying a fart machine with him and whatever,
Yeah. Famously, like on talk shows and press junkets, he would bring a fart machine and be completely deadpan as he'd be setting it off and making everyone go, huh? What? Like uncomfortable, like, did he just fart?
Here's noted football icon O.J. Simpson.
Yeah. I would love for someone to listen to this and think they accidentally slipped into another timeline. Here's beloved football icon.
I think he won a Heisman Trophy, and I don't know what he did after that, but I know. Well, he did these movies, I guess. But
this is one of the scenes when I talk about this movie where this is like an all-time set piece to me.
It is brilliant,
like comedy of all comedies.
Well, it's just joke, and it's just piling it on top of you to the point where you're gasping for breath.
Yeah. And because that's another thing too. I mean, you look at shows like, obviously there's The Simpsons, who I'm sure they were inspired by these guys. And then, Family Guy, which feels even more akin to this kind of random
Very much so.
kind of humor. But this, when I was a kid, I'd never seen anything like this. I'd seen a show where a cop tried to kick in a door and said, freeze.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, if you could do like a tally of the jokes in this, you know what I mean? I mean, down to like, drop your weapons, and then the one guy drops it. And then he has to slowly like lean down, kneel down, pick it up.
I think what I also like about this movie vis-a-vis the OJ of it all is that he gets this one scene in the beginning, and that's basically it.
Yeah. I think of him as a major character, but that's the sequels.
That's the other two, yeah.
Yeah. But that's another thing too. I mean, talking about it being sort of topical, and it is. There are in the sequels, you see the presidents.
Yes, that's right.
The current presidents when the films came out. But in this one, you think the jokes, so many jokes are just so timeless. I mean, a guy just falling into a wedding cake, like it that's always funny and unexpected. Yeah. And that's why I think this movie is so easy to continue to show people.
I agree.
And then look, there's so many background gags. You see the luggage falling down the plane.
I didn't even notice that.
To the luggage carts, which will come into play later, the luggage carts.
Yep, that's right. So George Kennedy replaces Alan North from the television show as Ed. But George Kennedy is another guy. I mean, he was well known as dramatic actor. He was in Cool Hand Luke. He was on Dallas before this.
Yeah.
And he is so funny in all three of these, honestly.
He is perfection. Again, I mean, I usually just watch this and kick back and have fun, but I was looking at it a different way last night, and his line deliveries are just so perfect. Weird Al Yankovic is on the plane.
See, what I love about that is, obviously it's funny because the press wasn't there for him, but the idea that they would be acting that way for Weird Al.
I know, and he's obviously Weird Al is hilarious up there, just like hello, hello, waving to everybody. Oh, that's a gag I never noticed till last night when he's walking to the car. It's already passed, but his luggage is like this little thing that he's pulling with this tether. Like it looks like I don't know. I'd never noticed it before.
Oh man, that's why I took my vacation in Beirut. This too. Everywhere I look, something reminds me of her. I definitely did not get that joke.
Oh yeah,
until much later.
Yeah, and those things, by the way, are if you're in the Southern California and you're heading down to San Diego, that's where you pass those.
Those big boob-looking things.
Yeah, it's a nuclear station, which actually just got decommissioned.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, oh no, they're going to tear those down. I mean, it makes me laugh every time I pass.
The boobs are going away.
The boobs are going away. As you and I want to do, when I finished this, I looked up the Siskel and Ebert review, and they were laughing, remembering the movie as they were talking about it, and it was funny because Gene was cracking up, remembering the airplane baggage carts attached to the car, which we just saw right now. But he's like
How
trying to
funny.
explain it, but he's just laughing, trying to explain it.
So the character Nordberg, we should say, originated in the television show, but in the show it was Norberg, played by Peter Lupus, who was part of the Mission Impossible cast.
Okay.
So I would assume with the recasting, they're like, no, actually, it's a different character. This is Nordberg, right? Which feels like something in line with this universe, you know?
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Now, have you seen the television show?
Yeah, I've seen these movies dozens and dozens of times, but recently I realized I'd never seen the show, and I felt like, there's like all these jokes just waiting for me I've never seen. So I have to admit, I didn't realize it was available. I did a little search, and it was a little hard to find. So I kind of hunted them down through like YouTube. People who had uploaded them, and they're hilarious.
They're so funny, and definitely you see it as the testing ground for jokes that they later used in the movies.
Yeah.
And nothing new we can say. I mean, the show was ahead of its time. People didn't know what to make of it, and it was gone after 6 episodes. I think it was 6 episodes, right?
Yeah, and the creators said, "Thank God," because they were like, we can't keep making more of this.
That was my exact thought. That was exactly what I was about to say. I was like, can you imagine like 6 seasons of that? It wouldn't have worked.
I know. It ends up being a blessing in disguise, obviously, because we get this movie, but also 6 is just kind of a perfect little artifact you can dig up and enjoy.
Yeah, and so for those of you listening who've never seen the show, that's kind of the genius of the show, is that it's parodying like 60s, 70s cop show. M Squad was the specific model, and it goes into the tropes of those shows, and it's genius in what it does there. And I think that they were very, first of all, the idea that they were able to get Paramount to roll the dice on a feature version of this show that was canceled 6 years ago, kind of nuts.
Yeah, and many of your stars are over 60 years old, but this is going to be your big holiday comedy release.
Yeah. Kind of nuts. And yet, I mean, it paid off, and they were really, again, many of the jokes that we saw in the show, they got a far, far bigger audience in the movie and the sequels than they otherwise would have,
Yeah.
Because it's weird to say now, because nothing truly disappears. You can find it somewhere. But back in our day, a canceled 6-episode TV show, good luck. That was in the memory hole.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they weren't going to be put out even now. They'll be streaming somewhere, but they wouldn't even be on DVDs or anything. They just disappear from memory.
Yeah, because I definitely remember seeing the poster for no, it wasn't the poster. I saw a bootleg video for this because I was living in Saudi Arabia when it came out, and it had the poster with Leslie Nielsen and riding the bullet and he's pointing the gun, and I didn't know. I just took it seriously. I didn't know it was a comedy.
That's so funny you say that. I had the exact same experience where at the video store, it was hanging in the window. And I mean, as a 8 or 9-year-old, the name like naked in the title felt like provocative, right? But it's like a guy and he's riding a bullet. It was a very confusing image to me.
Yeah.
And then I remember my friend renting it for a sleepover once. And I was like, oh, this is not at all what I expected. And then I loved it ever since.
Yeah, like my brother brought home a copy that he borrowed from somebody. He's like, no, you got to watch this. It's hilarious. And so it was,
Yeah. But it is funny in the watching Police Squad, there are certain jokes that carried over into the film, like the informant. That he in Police Squad, he visits that informant it's played by a different actor, but he visits that person every episode.
Yeah.
And then the gag is he gets the information he needs and he leaves. And then each week there's a different celebrity cameo.
Right.
Who then he's a shoe shine guy. And so then like on one episode, I remember Dick Clark sits down and is like, hey, what can you tell me about this musical genre ska? And he hands over like, a $10 bill and he's like, ska derives from reggae. And then it cuts away.
So this bit with the microphone while he's peeing, right? Now you talk about like Family Guy. This is a very Family Guy type humor, right? And like Family Guy, it does the thing where it's funny and then it becomes unfunny.
Right.
And then it becomes funny again because of just how long it goes.
Right.
I didn't realize this was Nancy Marchand from The Sopranos.
Oh, so I've said it's a blind spot for me. I haven't seen Sopranos.
Yeah, my oldest son has been watching that show recently. He's like, "Is that Mama Soprano?" I was like, "It is."
Wow, that's hilarious. She's great. I mean, her reactions, and later when she's talking about the Shakespeare in the Park thing, it's just so funny.
So funny.
You know what's funny? Also, I talk about this sometimes, but a lot of the movies I had growing up were taped off of television.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when they had their TV debuts. So,
oh, sure.
I had this taped off of TV, and I remember the scene. They took the peeing sound out. So
that's the whole joke.
I know. So all you hear is him doing the. So it is kind of funny sometimes, you know, watching these things and be like,
wow.
oh wait, I remember this slightly differently.
The peeing and the fart noises.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And some scenes are missing for me. You know, like I'm used to the TV Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, and there's, you know, all these extra scenes to pad it out to a 2-hour running time on TV that I'm like, oh, I missed them when I watched the theatrical versions. And so in this one,
funny.
There's a handful of things where I'm like, wait, where did that scene go?
They put stuff in for the TV version. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, because this one, like I said, I mean, it's an hour 25 minutes with credits, right. So they had to pad it out,
add stuff in. Yeah. That thing with the chalk outline on the water that always cracks me.
Yeah. But this, well, and I watched the deleted scenes last night just to refresh my memory on them, and this scene here with the informant at the pier was longer.
Oh, interesting.
And I was like, you know what? It's better. The theatrical version's better. It's just so tight and perfect, and gives you the punch, the perfect punch.
This is another one that they took from the TV show.
Yeah, exactly.
The bribe gag.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
And the delivery is just perfection. You know, where the informant's bribing now the cop.
Yeah.
Because the cop's like, I don't know if I want to tell you what I need to know, you know? And he's just like, I really don't think I should.
How about now?
Yeah. Okay.
And then the thing where they just pass the same bill back and forth.
Yeah. Hey, can you stop me? Okay, how about now?
Oh, man.
I mean, both of them are just perfection. And this, you know, the other thing too that I appreciated more when I got older is there's so many great visual gags and, you know, obvious broad kind of comedy, but there's so much like verbal comedy in this.
Yeah.
You know, just like wordplay and just ironic things. It's just so funny.
Well, this too. So Ricardo Montalban, who was well known at this time for Fantasy Island and of course Star Trek. The fact that he plays it completely straight, but he plays kind of like a villain archetype, and that's what makes this work. You know, and I think the second one with Robert Goulet does something similar. You know.
Yes. Yeah.
I have to be honest. The third one, I don't remember a ton. I remember the third one being not as good.
Yeah, it has its moments, but as a whole, it's not as strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I remember learning that good chunks of part 3, they incorporated deleted scenes from the previous films.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So you'll notice Priscilla Presley's hair changes color. You know, because I think in the second one she has red hair. And then the third one, I don't remember what it is for the majority of it, but occasionally she just has red hair.
Really?
Yeah. Or they'll be like, oh, remember that time? Kind of like Family Guy. Remember that time? And then there'll be like a flashback. Or
I was thinking of like the Pink Panther movies, like after Peter Sellers died, where...
Oh, yeah, that's right.
They're just collages of Peter Sellers' deleted scenes.
Yeah. This is just like when you know what movie you're watching, just like such a delightful setup. Here, check this thing out. You know, it's priceless. It cannot be broken. Here, check it out. And also, like, its only weakness is water, and then you see like a fish tank in the background. You know exactly what's going to happen. But yeah, I was really impressed with Montalban. Like I said, sort of studying it last night. I mean, he is like going for it, like playing full on, you know, straight villain. That's
the thing. He is the villain in a serious movie. The way he's playing it.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it work. You know.
Yeah. Oh, this is one of my favorite jokes. Talking about verbal jokes, where they're asking where Norberg is. He's like, "Oh yeah, he's at the hospital. Our Lady of the Worthless Miracle." Our Lady of the Worthless Miracle.
But this too is such a villain trope, right? Where he's looking out at the city,
Yeah,
and
right.
like, you think see everything out there. That's like that's what happens in movies. It doesn't happen in real life.
Right, right.
Killed the pen and the fish. One fell swoop.
Oh man, isn't that amazing that like if Leslie Nielsen hadn't been in Airplane, like he wouldn't have even had the opportunity. Like we would have missed out on so much amazing comedy, but like he wouldn't have. There was like a whole gear he had that he would have never been able to flex.
He found a third act in his career that carried him for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Like I remember one of his last things, he was in a superhero movie, which is a far cry from this. Just to be clear.
Sure.
But he is very good in it as kind of the Uncle Ben character,
right?
And you're like, man, this guy still had it.
Yeah. I mean, this really kind of kicked off a thing for us as young teenage kids, right? I mean, there was this, and then Wrongfully Accused and Spy Hard, and it's just kind of funny. Again, this guy who's in his 60s or whatever became like a comedy hero to all us young people. Like if he was in a movie, we were going to check it out. Priscilla Presley.
So I remember being 9 years old and just being bowled over by Priscilla Presley.
Oh, she's beautiful. Yeah. And I mean, obviously, I didn't know who she was.
I had no idea
back then, and so then now, I don't know, learning her story and even seeing that movie Priscilla, the Sofia Coppola movie.
Yeah, right.
I have a hard time being like, wait, that's her,
right?
Now she's just acting in this movie. That's crazy.
Yeah, she is 43 here.
I know, isn't that great? She looks incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so the nice beaver definitely did not understand that joke.
Not at all.
But I definitely knew, well, there's something there.
Right.
There's something bawdy there. I just don't know what it. I didn't connect all the dots.
Yep.
The whole nice beaver. Thanks. I just had it stuffed.
Right. And it's like just on the right side of cheeky.
I mean, it's in the trailer.
Yeah. Instead of like, that's what I like about these movies. They have like cheeky humor, but I don't feel like they're crass. You know what I mean? This, by the way,
did it sit down there again?
Yeah. Nice bracelet. Oh, how did that get down here? Or did that get down there again? Which, by the way, is a line from Double Indemnity. I never say this word. Double Indemnity. That's a Honey of an Ankle bracelet.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And so that's what something that the Zuckers and Abrams did was, I mean, Airplane is a spoof of the movie 0 Hour.
0 Hour. That's right.
Right. Like they were watching 0 Hour one night, which is like a deadly serious movie about this crisis on an airplane. And they were just riffing like you and I would.
Yeah.
Like when we were watching, what was that Van Damme movie?
Oh yeah. Sudden death.
Sudden death. Like, I mean, and basically they were like, wouldn't that be funny if, wouldn't that be hilarious if,
dude, we're in the wrong racket.
I know. Well, and then that turned into Airplane. And so what I like that they do that, but they do it with these movies that aren't immediately recognizable. And so they did take inspiration from things. And
funny. Have you seen Double Indemnity, by the way?
I haven't.
You should. I screened that in my film history class.
Oh, really? With Fred McMurray? I know him mostly as a Disney guy.
I know. That's what's great. He plays like kind of a sketchy character. Edward G. Robinson is in that movie also.
Oh wow, yeah.
It's very good. Billy Wilder.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. I'll have to check it out.
It's worth a look. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's the thing too, is Airplane. When I think of Airplane, which is hilarious. I mean, just joke. But that movie is zany, and it leans into the zany, like it delights in the zany a bit.
Right.
But this one is just deadly straight.
Yeah.
Just all these funny things are happening, but the movie never winks. I mean, maybe once where Drebin looks at the camera, but.
Well, so it winks to the extent that you have characters who are like, this guy is an idiot.
Sure.
And that's something that, for example, the show would never have done.
Yeah.
But I think you need that for a movie. I think for this type of a movie.
I think it's great. I like that it doesn't feel exactly like Airplane.
Yeah, I think it finds a different tempo. It's this kind of this, like you were talking about when Nancy Marchand, and she's like, that was, that was Julius Caesar, you moron, or whatever.
Right. Right.
I think that helps sort of situate how he's perceived in this world.
Yes. But this gag when the airbag goes off and then his car starts driving away, and so he fires at his own car. You know what I love too is, and then the car explodes, but it's the perfect comedy explosion. It's not just like a boom. It's like the most over the top, ridiculous explosion that makes it 10 times funnier.
Right. This whole sequence cracks me up.
Oh, this is so good. Yeah. He kind of has a Q.
Yeah, exactly.
Character who has all these
gadgets and things.
Yeah. I remember this. I think about this sometimes when I see graffiti, like the wall that sprays graffiti back.
Where's Ted's wall when we need it?
Right. And this is such a good gag. Them walking through the door,
and then how Frank walks around it.
Right.
That's one of those things. Yeah, it's like you'll only notice that like the second or third time you watch the movie.
Yeah.
the Swiss Army shoe.
But you can imagine a movie where someone does that. They go through the door and then that person walks around and goes, huh? What? Like kind of acknowledges it and looks at it, but then shakes it off, whatever. And then goes back to the scene. I love that just no one acknowledges it.
Yeah.
Oh, this is one of my favorite George Kennedy.
Dude. Ted, why? You remember George Kennedy used to do those Breath Assure ads like in the late 90s?
Oh man, I'm not sure actually.
It was called Breath Assure. It was like Tic Tacs, but it was like scientifically proven to better improve your breath or whatever. And it was like this group of teenagers, and then George Kennedy would walk in, and then they'd be like, "Hey, it's George Kennedy," and he was like, "Try Breath Assure. It's right on," or something like that.
No, that's so funny though.
Yeah. I don't know if they're on YouTube, but I have to imagine they are.
Right. Hey, why not?
Hey, make that money.
It's such a good, stupid joke. Looking through the microscope.
Use your open eye.
Yeah, use your open eye. Huh? Ah, yes. I guess that... Yeah.
So you didn't see this in the theater. You saw it on home video.
No, this was, a video thing.
Okay.
Which, by the way, out of curiosity, I looked up, the budget was $12 million. It made about 80 million in the US and 150 worldwide.
Really? Oh,
this movie made 150 million around the world
off a $12 million budget.
Yeah,
that's incredible.
Yeah. By the way, so I just saw in the caption about the score, Ira Newborn.
Yeah,
great score, kind of jazzy, but also very straightforward.
Right.
It's not doing that comedy score thing. Doo, 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 doo.
And that's really it, right? Like, we've talked about that before. That sometimes when the music is trying to punctuate a joke, it undermines the joke.
The worst.
Yeah.
Sometimes it ruins some otherwise great movies.
Yeah.
Or sours them at least. But yeah, he also did a lot of John Hughes stuff. He did Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Ace Ventura.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah. And then I saw one of his composers in the credits is Alf Clausen, who did music for The Simpsons.
R.I.P. who just passed away.
Yeah. Pap Schmear. That's something I definitely didn't get as a kid.
I was just about to bring that up. I was like, that was like 10 years later. I connected the dots.
You know what's kind of funny? I've literally never studied the plot of this movie before, but at the beginning, it's all these villains to the U.S. And they're like, what can we do to bring down the U.S.? But then the guy leaves that meeting and he wants to kill the Queen of England. You know what I mean? It's not. I guess I don't know. Maybe it makes the U.S. look bad that it happens on their.
Yeah, and then
territory.
the U.S. and U.K. relationship would fracture.
Well, there you go.
And then Pap Schmear comes out ahead.
Pap Schmear. Also, this is the Zucker's mother.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
Oh,
the
how
secretary
funny. Wow.
here with the gun. I think she shows up in other movies.
About 10 years after this movie came out, there was a TV show. I don't know if you're familiar with it, called Freakazoid.
Yeah, blue, like a blue character with wild hair.
That's right. Yeah. So and that was a Steven Spielberg Presents cartoon.
Yeah, because he had done Tiny Toons, Animaniacs. He had like a little run with. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So that was kind of a superhero parody, and I remember Ricardo Montalban was the recurring villain.
Oh, really?
and the beauty of it is he played it, the way he plays Vincent Ludwig. He just played it straight, and that's what made it funny.
Man, I never watched that.
That is a show, Brian. You have a good show waiting for you.
Really?
Go to my Vudu and just you will laugh a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was kind of impressed that's a funny running gag too, when anytime he drives somewhere, he bumps into something.
Hitting stuff, yeah.
And when he hits those guys with the scaffolding, and then he gets out and it's Leslie Nielsen, I was like, wow, I wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't want them to trust me with hitting these stuntmen on the scaffolding.
That's a good point.
So this is one of the extended scenes on the TV version I'm used to, this woman here.
Oh, how funny.
The nurse. So basically, Drebin is realizing that something strange is afoot. So he's like, okay, alert the police, tell them like a 222 is in progress. She's like, a 222, a gas leak? He's like, wait, oh no, like a 347. She's like, what? And then it keeps escalating, and she eventually freaks out and jumps out the window.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I was watching this thinking like, oh, I bet when she was in the theater, she was like, oh, it's much shorter.
Oh my God. When he's sits on his face. So funny. I'm like, man, if I have to do that, if I have to play that scene where I'm sitting on somebody's face, I'm going to make extra sure to make sure my ass is super clean.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Well, yeah, and then earlier I was thinking there's a lot of head crotch action between them, because in the first time that Drebin's in the room, remember he falls into OJ's crotch when the bed.
That's right. This bit is very funny.
This is so good.
The driving instructor.
Yeah. So it's like
see what I love is that normally we don't think about this. The cop would tell the driver to get out.
Yeah, commandeer the car.
Right. So he gets in the back seat. Otherwise the joke doesn't work. But we don't really think about why wouldn't he just commandeer the car? Because the joke is so funny.
Yeah. And this is such a silly, him firing the gun, and she just rolls up the window.
Rolls her window.
She's every minor side character here is cast so perfectly for maximum comedy.
Yeah, the instructor too.
Yes.
He's just so matter of fact.
Yeah. Put it in reverse. But I was like, I never thought about it, but this student driver, she gets a little arc.
Mm-hmm.
First she's really nervous, and then she gives the truck driver the middle finger, and then he's like, all right, you can do this, Stephanie. And she's like, yeah. Now that she's very confident.
See, all of her friends showed up to the premiere and they applauded her.
Exactly. She got a great. Oh, dude, that look on the truck driver.
I know.
I started noticing so many more smaller things this time.
See, this is what I mean about Leslie Nielsen mugging.
Right.
Like what you realize is that the Naked Gun films provide the proper framework for him to mug, because sort of left to his own devices, it did get to be a little much when he did stuff like Mr. Magoo and Spy Hard and all that other stuff.
Because he probably wasn't working with directors that knew how to calibrate him perfectly.
That's really it. Yeah.
This is, come on, this is just so good. This is just like Looney Tunes of it,
I know.
First he hits a gas truck, and then he hits a roaming missile for some reason, and then a fireworks factory. And then I think of this all the time. All right, please disperse. There's nothing to see.
Well, I love that this has become a meme online. Right?
Yeah.
The GIF of him saying there's nothing to see here.
Yeah. So this where Drebin is kind of walking and thinking and narrating
Mhm.
to himself and trying to turn things over in his brain. This was longer on TV.
Oh, interesting.
And there's like a moment where he's in like an aerobics class. There's all these women doing aerobics, and then it like pulls back, and he's in the back doing the aerobics with them, and it's. I remember it like being kind of funny, but watching them side by side, I'm like, no, this is better. This is tighter.
Well, that's really. I mean, when it comes to comedy, that's what you realize is you want to hit your joke and get out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so, for this movie being 85 minutes, it is exactly as many minutes as it needs to be.
It is, yeah.
You know?
And that's one of my favorite jokes when he's walking and talking, and then suddenly he's in the middle of nowhere, and he's like, "And where the hell was I?"
Yeah. I think it helps that Leslie Nielsen has this great, like this voice that just allows for detective style narration.
Yeah, dude, this was killing me last night. I've seen this 100 times. Him doing the like gymnastics through his apartment as he's looking for like the bad guy.
for no reason.
I know. But it's funny. I mean, he's doing all these Texas switches.
Yeah.
Right. So like a stuntman who looks like him will dive behind a chair, but then Leslie Nielsen will stand up so it looks like it was him.
Yeah.
But they're so good.
Yeah.
They're so fast, and it's in such tight areas that he's tucked behind there, but he pops up so quickly. It's just really impressive all around.
Yeah. This is very much like Billy Wilder style dialogue, right?
Right.
And that's how you keep your movie, PG-13, I suppose.
Yeah. Like innuendo. Yeah. There's just so many things like I still think about, where he's like, well, let me change into something more comfortable. And he changes into an even more somehow dressier looking suit. Now, these guys, the Zuckers are kind of interesting because they were brothers and they worked on several things together. But David Zucker, Jerry Zucker.
Jerry Zucker.
He went on to make Ghost.
He made Ghost like 2 years after this.
Yeah, which was nominated for Best Picture. And just couldn't be further from this, right? Like this dramatic, romantic, supernatural love story. I remember I was shocked learning that was from one of the Zuckers.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, he didn't come back for either of the sequels.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. He's not back for 2?
No, that was only David Zucker.
Oh, fascinating.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I do think a little bit of the mojo got lost because I think it was their pairing, that gave it whatever it gave it,
Yeah, I'm looking at Jerry. So Jerry, Airplane, Top Secret, Ruthless People, which I've never seen, and I don't think is a spoof. It's just a 80s comedy, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Then Ghost after this, and then Rat Race.
Oh yeah,
remember
I
that?
like Rat Race. I like that movie.
Yeah, that was a fun, like kind of mad world style thing from the 2001.
Yeah.
He also did First Night. Is that the Richard Gere?
That's right. Yeah.
Wow.
I remember that.
Interesting. I love that. He didn't let himself get fenced in, made the things he wanted to make. But then, so David Zucker then went on, and he also did some of the scary movies. Not the first 2, because that was Wayne's thing, but
he did the third one, I think 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah.
Because the third one was where they brought in Leslie Nielsen.
Oh, because he's the president,
He's
right?
the president, yeah.
Yeah. I remember he pees out of his finger. That's one of the few things I remember about it.
There we go.
Because he's an alien or something. Yeah, and then I guess he produced Phone Booth, that Colin Farrell movie.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Interesting. Oh, and Basketball. That's kind of interesting with the...
Basketball. Wow, I remember that.
He directed that, yeah.
That's a weird one, because I remember watching that opening day in the theater and finding it moderately amusing.
You know what's funny? I watched it for the first time a couple years ago because I thought, oh, how have I not seen this? This just feels like something that would be hilarious.
Yeah.
Because it comes straight. I mean, did they write it? I don't know, but Trey Parker, Matt Stone. I'm not sure, but anyway, yeah, I was a little underwhelmed.
Yeah, me too.
And
but it's weird because it has taken on like a cult afterlife.
yeah.
And I found like it's not even like it's gross out humor, although there's some of that. It was just going too hard for some jokes that I didn't think were funny. You know?
Exactly. Well, to me, my memory of it was missing the wit. Like you can do gross and crass and whatever, and they do that well, but there's always like a level of wit to it. You know, I felt like that was missing that.
I think the problem, I didn't realize we were going to critique basketball.
Yeah.
I think fundamentally the problem is that the underlying premise is kind of ridiculous because this game is pretty stupid. Right. So like it's when you then turn it into a wacky comedy, it feels a little like putting a hat on a hat, you know?
Yeah, good point. Yeah, this condom thing. This is another one of those things that, like, as an 8-year-old, it was like I sort of got that I was seeing something sexual,
scandalous,
but like just not. And it's just so ridiculous that it's like 10 times confusing to a kid because they're like wearing these full body condoms and hugging each other. This montage cracked me up. I mean, the song is so perfect. This bouncy, innocent sounding tune.
I'm into something new.
Yeah, or something good.
There's something good.
Yeah, Hermits. This guy, by the way, again, kudos to the hot dog vendor. Watch this little reaction. Like he's squirting ketchup on each other.
What I love is like the montage is funny, and then where they clothesline this person or whatever.
And this couple running in the other direction, also in love, but they clothesline them.
But then this is all like one day.
Yes, yeah. I'd forgotten about that. This is also when they walk out cracking up from the movie,
Platoon,
and then you see it's Platoon. I was like, it'd be so easy to do like Sophie's Choice.
Oh, sure,
or something. I'm like, Platoon is so much funnier.
I was thinking of, so this, where it's like, oh, this has been the most magical day ever.
Yeah, she rode in a rodeo and
just everything,
Yeah.
But I was thinking about how, when he's walking away and then we see the little notation of what the song is,
Yes.
And I was like, that joke cracked me up when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Because I got it because of, MTV and music video. And I was like, that doesn't mean anything to anybody now.
I was going to say, I mean, do we need to explain it? Yeah. Like back on MTV when they showed music videos, at the beginning of the video and at the end, they would have the title, the artist, the label that released it as this little text in the bottom corner.
Right.
So yeah, it's so I'm glad you said that because when I was a kid, that was one of my favorite jokes.
Yeah. And it's just gone. like tears in rain.
Yeah. But I don't know. It was just something I recognized as a kid. And so seeing it in this movie. Yeah.
Like I definitely remember cracking up at that when I was a kid.
Yeah, me too. That's funny. I for some reason I thought that was just some like little toss away thing that only I liked as a little kid. So hearing you say that, it obviously connected because we recognized it, I'm sure. This also makes me laugh too. It's like, all right, let's have them talking in the car, but what can they be doing?
Right.
What if they're eating these pistachios and their lips are all red and smeared? And then you get the great gag when he gets out of the car and he's like pushing and all those shells are there. Wait, sorry, what were we saying?
No, I was thinking about how this movie came out right around when The Simpsons started.
Yeah.
And how like all of these really seminal comedy influences hit us at exactly the right age.
Yeah. Well, and I feel, I mean, I can't be objective about it, but I feel like much of it, like I was saying earlier about this, is kind of timeless comedy.
Yeah.
It's maybe there's figures from real life, but just, I don't know. I mean, right down the fireworks factory, nothing to see here, as something wildly outrageous is happening in the background. Like that's evergreen funny.
Yeah.
And The Simpsons had a lot of that too. That's still funny.
Yeah.
30 years later, because it's just a funny observation or, it's just ironic in a funny way. And I'm kind of glad that we grew up with that style of humor.
Yeah, that's sort of like when I dip in and watch more recent episodes of Simpsons, and they still get some funny ones in there, but that's one thing that sticks out to me is you'll have ones where it's like, oh, here's where they go to the Apple store, or
Yes,
like the Simpsons version of the Apple store, and get the version of the iPod, and I'm like, this is out of date now,
I know, and I feel like they're. Well, I don't want to critique Simpsons. By the way, so again with deleted scenes, there was more when he was snooping around, and there's like a little fox pelt that's on the ground.
Okay.
And it gets attached to his leg, and he freaks out, and he's like, oh, like trying to shake it off.
Oh, interesting.
And watching it on TV, you don't think about it, but looking at this, I'm like, no, this is perfect. This is just tight. It moves. We get to play her piano thing in a second.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Yeah.
But to your point, like even like this, the climax of this movie revolves around an attempt on the Queen's life, and you're not going to watch it and be like, oh, the Queen is dead, so who cares? Like it's just funny because she represents a personality, whatever, and we can roll with it with that in mind,
Yeah. By the way, this is so impressive. Look, he catches the thing behind his back. Makes me think of the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man thing with the tray. I mean, not as complicated, but I thought, wow, I wonder how many times they had to do that. This is so silly. Just the way they just
impales the painting.
It's just so Three Stooges or something. So again, with TV, I'm used to this cutting as soon as he goes out the window for reasons we will.
Oh, right.
That will become obvious in a minute. So yeah, I remember eventually seeing this, maybe at a sleepover or someone renting the movie or something. And so he goes out on the ledge and there's these nude statues and he's like groping the breasts and he's grabbing the like wieners.
These statues are surprisingly elaborate in their anatomy.
Yeah.
And this here though, we get the honk.
I know this is like the only time it sort of like goes a little bit like
honk as he
lowbrow. Yeah.
So this for sure, when I saw it in Saudi Arabia, was cut out of that release.
Okay, so we kind of had a similar experience.
Yeah,
not as this scene still feels like a little like, oh, I'm not as familiar with this as the rest of the movie.
I did not remember him attempting to fillet a concrete dildo.
I know, right? Yeah, I certainly didn't know what that word was when I was watching it. Or even, probably, yeah. When he's like, yeah. This is like the only moment that, I watch now as a grown up, and I like, I like kind of feel more bad for this woman than I'm laughing.
I know, right?
She's in kind of a horrifying situation.
Sexual assault with the concrete dildo.
And I'm sorry about that, Your Honor. But dude, this joke about the Julius Caesar at the park. Oh my gosh. It's so dark, but it's really funny.
So that is a direct parody of a similar exchange in Dirty Harry. I think it's the first Dirty Harry movie.
Really? Oh, yeah. Tell me.
Where you have the chief or whoever is like, and Callahan, I don't want to have any, anything like what happened before. And he's like, if I see a guy running after a woman with trying to go after her, I'm going to shoot the bastard, And so it's doing exactly the same thing.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
I love that. I didn't know.
Yeah. When I see 5 weirdos dressed in toga stabbing
in the middle of the park in front of 100 people, I shoot the bastards.
Probably one of my favorite jokes in this whole movie.
Same. She's like, you killed 5 actors.
Good ones.
Good ones. And it's kind of amazing that he's still on the force.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, we're praising Leslie Nielsen, but George Kennedy, we got it, Your Honor. We're good. Okay, like he's so straight, and
he's a perfect straight man. Yeah,
perfect straight man. That's such a good stupid gag. The gun holster is like a bra strap. See, this was, I don't think my brother will mind me saying this, but for a while when he was a bachelor, when I'd go over to his place and we'd open up the fridge, it would literally be like a Brita water thing, a slab of cheese, and like a beer, or something. And so we would always joke, oh, you have like a policeman's refrigerator. And I didn't realize until last night, I don't know where I was getting that from, but I was getting it from this.
Oh, how funny. See that too, the joke about how they lift up both their legs. And
Yeah. You normally associate that with a woman when she's kissing a man in an older movie. She lifts her leg, but it's just like this funny, they cut to the legs, lift them up, put them back down. You know what's funny too is a lot of times with parodies, the story is just, it doesn't matter. It's just a delivery system for jokes. But like, I actually strangely buy their chemistry in this movie.
I agree. Yeah.
Right? Like I like them together and I like their budding romance here. It makes sense. It doesn't make any sense that they've fallen so fast, really. Actually, maybe it does because of that montage.
Yeah. They did a lot of loving in a very short amount of time.
Even though the montage doesn't make sense, it did make me feel what it needed to make me feel. And now I like that she's over there, taking care of him and being sweet.
So Leslie Nielsen was 62 at the time they made this. So he was 19 years older than Priscilla Presley.
Yeah. And
sorry. 19 years older, yeah.
I mean, you can definitely clock that there's a big gap, but like for the purposes of this movie, they just have this really fun chemistry.
Yeah.
And she does the humor well.
That's the interesting thing because at this point, I believe she had been on Dallas. Okay. A lot of Dallas people. But I mean, she wasn't, it's kind of a novel choice putting her in a movie like this,
Yeah.
I see the thinking of putting Pamela Anderson in the new one. I don't know how well that works. I haven't seen it, but kind of, I would assume doing something similar to what Jane's character in this film,
Yeah, exactly.
This is so funny.
Yeah.
He's like, I got a message for you. I can't hear you. Can you stop firing?
Yeah, I can't hear you when you fire. Yeah, don't fire the gun while you're talking. Again, this was extended on TV, and it just goes on a little too long.
The shootout.
Yeah, or the fight inside here.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it's just right. Now, what I was wondering, you got the toxic waste going into the vat. He gets knocked, the bad guy or assassin, whatever, gets knocked in, and we see the hand sticking out, which a year later we'd see the exact same shot in Batman.
Yeah.
And is that a riff on something that I don't know, like some old horror movie or something?
No, obviously Batman was riffing on this. Clearly, Tim Burton was just a Zucker brothers.
Yeah, but I mean, it's exactly
that is weird. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, maybe this is some old horror movie
must
these
be,
filmmakers
right?
grew up with or something that I don't know.
Some kind of a trope, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny to me that it's a hot dog factory and you got like toxic waste, right? That's
right. And by the way, I never picked up that the guy's got a big ring on his finger.
Oh, you never got that joke?
No, I didn't get that it came from that guy.
How funny.
Yeah. I just thought it was a gross, hot dogs are, gross or ballpark food or something.
That one I definitely clocked when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Okay. So the bit with oh my God, this is so funny.
Genius. This is a genius joke.
He's got a picture of your wife.
He's like frisking the guy, but he's reaching too far back and going into George Kennedy's pockets. You got a picture of your wife. What does he say? Something like, anyone else seeing his
anyone
wife?
else here seeing his wife?
Right.
Now, his wife's name in this one is Ethel.
Yeah.
I believe in the next one it's Edna. So.
Oh, funny.
Because I think it's in the next one where Frank, when he sees Ed, he's like, oh, and I congrats, I heard Edna's pregnant again. And he says, yeah, and when I find the son of a bitch who did it.
That's so good. Yeah. And I'll keep doing it. Why not? But in that scene that we just saw where he was frisking the guy, you see a sombrero sitting on the table, and that's from a deleted moment where I can't remember
interesting.
the tall guy where you never see his face.
Mm-hmm.
He comes in and is like, okay, I haven't seen anything suspicious. And he's like, okay, and hey, come on, take that thing off, be professional. And then he takes the sombrero off. So you didn't see that he had it on his head, and then they set it on the table. I also love, it's not like a laugh out loud joke, but there's just this funny idea about this cake with the queen's face on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then they like serve, she has a piece of it and it's like an eyeball, like it's just undignified.
Yeah.
We're such a dignified figure.
So did you watch the sequels to this in the theater?
Oh yeah. Like I saw this on VHS and then I was all in. So it could have been like a new Batman movie. That's how excited I was. Like, oh, there's a new Naked Gun movie.
Oh, how funny.
And I saw both. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You?
I didn't see either of them in the theater. I was still living overseas when the second one came out, but I remember I was visiting the States when like it was about to come out, so I saw the ads for it and I was excited about that. I remember by the time the third one came out, I think all the OJ stuff had started, right? Or it was like
maybe it was the same year.
Same year. So here's the movie came out and then the OJ stuff happened.
Yeah.
But here's what I remember is at Blockbuster Video, they would have the big movie posters, and at the bottom of the movie poster you had like the little squares with all the actors' faces in it.
Yeah.
And I remember like the square with OJ, like somebody drew bars on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah, this is Naked Gun 33 1/3 came out March 18th, 1994.
Okay, so literally like a month or so later.
A couple months later, yeah.
Yeah.
The Queen. It's just so ridiculous. By the way, so I looked this woman up. It's a really interesting story.
Jeanette Charles.
Yeah, she made a career.
I was gonna bring that up, yeah.
Yeah, out of playing the Queen. I mean, in Austin Powers movies and this and Parent Trap and did you read about how it happened?
How she got the job playing the Queen?
Yeah.
No.
So basically, she a painter. There was a portrait contest, and a painter was looking for subjects.
Okay.
So Jeanette, who looks like Queen Elizabeth, was like, hey, "I'll do it. Why not?" And get a little money. And so this woman painted her and submitted the portrait, but it was disqualified because they said it can't be of anyone like famous. It's supposed to
how
just
funny.
be, yeah. And she's like, well, no, it's not. It's just, it's not, I didn't paint the Queen. I painted this woman who volunteered to be a subject. And so then, people are like, well, who is this woman? And so
real quick, that bit about Frank cleaning out his desk and finding the evidence that would
clear a person who was already
that is so dark
to the death penalty. I know.
Sorry, go on.
He's like, my God, he was innocent.
He went to the chair.
And then he does like what's almost a catchphrase for him, like, well. I also love too where he's like all pissed off and he's cleaning off his desk, and then it ends up it's not his desk. He's just throwing things everywhere. And again, this goes longer in the TV version, and he takes this like glass object and he starts scratching it up and like really defacing the desk.
I like this bit here where she's like, and I like cops. Then everybody's like, oh, really? And straightening their ties and stuff. Anyway, you were saying about Jeanette.
Well, anyway, so because of the funny anomaly of it all, this painter would be like, no, that isn't the Queen. It's a woman I met. Well, people were like, well, who's that woman? And then after that, she made a career out of playing the Queen.
And then 2 years after Queen Elizabeth died, she passed away as well.
Yep, and she said that she never met the Queen. Kind of sad. It feels like they should have,
they should have. People would be like, I'm seeing double, 2 queens.
Yeah.
That's the thing. If your entire shingle is imitating a political figure, you would hope that they're as long lived as the Queen.
That is a great point. Yeah, you're right.
Like there was a guy in the early 60s, his name was Vaughn Meader, who his whole deal was that he was a John F. Kennedy impersonator.
Right.
and he did quite well until 1963.
Yep.
And then that gravy train ended real fast,
Yep. This is just such a random joke. All these sports announcers and then Dr. Joyce Brothers.
Joyce Brothers.
But that's it. Like, she doesn't get a line. Like, she's just down there like, uh-huh. Like, it's just so...
That's so funny.
Because I guess she was frequently on late night talk shows, right?
That's right. She was kind of a pinch hitter.
Yeah, she was a psychologist, TV personality.
See, what we need is Bob Costas being like, "You're excited. Feel these nipples."
Wait, what is that from?
That's from Basketball.
Oh, okay. I had a hunch.
See, and that's an example of a joke that, to me, I don't find it funny. Like, other than the novelty of Bob Costas talking about his nipples.
Yeah, you get the initial shock laugh.
Yeah.
But it's not a joke that stands the test of time.
Yeah, right?
Or repeat viewings, yeah. But this, the queen going to her royal box prepared for her, and these two like dirtbags sitting there.
These vagabonds.
Yeah, but that happens when you go to a baseball game. You go to your seats, and there are the people there who think, "Yeah, these are empty. I'll sit here," and then you have to shoo them away. It's great. But she's really good. Well, and one last thing about this actress playing the queen, she said that there were things she refused to do.
Interesting.
Like, she did try to be respectful of the queen as a person.
Okay.
So
like no middle fingers and
yeah, or like sitting on a toilet jokes or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
This Enrico Palazzo runner.
Oh, it's so good.
Just brilliant.
And it didn't occur to me last night, but you could imagine in a script if someone was making a note, it's like he takes on two disguises to get onto the field. You might be like, "Oh, just pick one."
Oh, sure.
You know what I mean? But both of them are classic.
What I love is that this guy is such the parody of an overbearing opera singer.
Yeah.
And he just fully embodies that,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It just still makes me laugh. I mean, and it's funny because he's going out there to sing, but then when they announce he's going to sing, he makes a face almost like, "Uh-oh."
It doesn't occur to him what he's doing.
Yeah. And if I was at a karaoke place, I could probably do the entire version of what he does.
Really?
Yeah. Lots of bombs in the air.
See, what's great about this is he is speaking for, let's be honest, the overwhelming majority of people who do not know the national anthem.
Yeah. Da, 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 da.
There's a lot of that.
But it's funny because, again, you don't have people doing these huge reactions. You just have huh?
Right.
Sort of
I kind of like that. Really, it's just Nancy Marchand is the one who's
who recognizes his face. I kind of forgot that he had a foil. I don't remember her in the sequels.
No, she's not in the sequels.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, lots of bombs in the air.
And the cops are they still have to keep their hand on their chest.
Yes, inching toward him. Enrico Palazzo
that's what makes it so funny.
Yeah. And I like when he's in the home of the free, as he's running away. I remember this announcer too. I can't remember his name, but I remember his voice, his catchphrase. How about that?
Yeah, who is that?
I can't remember his name, but you would hear him. He would
I didn't watch pro baseball when I was a kid, so
yeah, he was just one of those announcers that would kind of make appearances. Some became personalities everybody recognized, like Bob Uecker, and just that catchphrase. I don't know why, but I'm familiar with it.
Yeah.
Oh, this killed me as a kid. The sports bloopers,
the highlights.
Yeah. Because this was a really frequent thing you would see when we were younger. They would have on Saturday mornings. They would have like 30 minutes of like baseball bloopers. It'd be like a special. Or if you ordered Sports Illustrated, they'd be like, and we'll send you a VHS cassette of greatest baseball bloopers, and a football
Right.
phone. And so then just seeing something that I'm used to, like, a guy tripping, whatever. But then it's like a baseball player also getting hit by a car,
Right.
or like this, like a tiger runs out after he slides into second.
See, you know what occurs to me as I watch this? I think you and I, like our generation, we got spoiled when it comes to parody. This where his head comes off.
His head comes off, and then here he goes, one guy laughing. How about that?
And then the other guy who's just like
Traumatized
by. I think we got spoiled by these types of parody movies.
Yes.
So you got Airplane and this, and even Spaceballs and sort of the Mel Brooks oeuvre, because our expectations were set a little higher, right? And this is the thing that you and I have expressed. There's the finger, the ring,
gross. So gross.
Nowadays, the stuff with like the Seltzer brothers and stuff, which granted that too is like 20 plus years old at this point.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, hey, here's that thing, here's the thing making fun of that thing,
Yes.
and then it moves on. Like there's no punchline other than, hey, remember this thing?
Yeah.
Remember this thing that's like about right now.
Totally.
you have like I think it's Meet the Spartans or one of these. You have like bald Britney Spears.
Yeah,
joke.
yeah, just like I'm Britney Spears, and she has to say I'm Britney Spears, y'all.
Yeah,
they have to like announce what they are,
and that's a joke that means absolutely nothing right now.
Yeah, and it's not even a joke; it's just referencing something that happened.
Yeah, it would be like if on the little clip thing, if we see something about that couple who's cheating at the Coldplay concert.
Oh, if there were a parody movie coming out next month, they would like hurry up and like shoot like one little gag, and it would just reference it. Yeah.
And then people at that moment would be like, it's that thing. And then like a year from now, nobody would know it.
Yep. I love that gag too. Everybody spitting, and then the players' wives all just knitting and sitting there and spitting,
knitting and spitting.
Yeah.
This is hilarious. Where he's like feeling up every player.
Yeah, a little tight in the crotch here. Yeah, and then when the catcher, and he gets.
And I like how Frank starts getting into it as the
yes. Well, when you know the joke's coming, you're leaning forward a little bit, like anticipating it. Mm-hmm. But I admire the patience.
Right.
Like it does settle a little bit, so you can appreciate the escalation of him getting into it.
I totally agree. Yeah.
Yeah, this right here where he's just not thinking about it, and they're all waiting for the call.
He's like,
strike. Well. And just the crowd cheering, he just loves the adulation. Strike one.
Doesn't that guy look like Anthony Edwards, by the way?
He does, yeah.
Right? I was like, I had to double check for a second. I was like, wait a second.
And then he starts like making the calls before the ball crosses the plate. Strike three. Hey. I was wondering if that's him or a body double. I mean, the dancing obviously.
Yeah,
later,
but I think what we just saw, that's him. But yeah, once we get to like the like moonwalking and stuff.
I mean, this is always funny.
Yeah,
this is
yeah. It doesn't need to be timely.
Yeah, the moonwalk.
Like that's not him, obviously. No. Yeah.
I mean, it made me laugh when I was 10, and it's making me laugh now in my 40s. And there was a deleted scene that I thought was really funny. I think about a lot. I couldn't believe, I didn't realize it wasn't in the theatrical cut, where there's, sometimes the catcher will call timeout and join the pitcher, and a manager will come out and they'll confer at the pitcher's mound. And there was a scene where they're conferring on the pitcher's mound, and you see what they're talking about. And they're talking about like real estate investments.
Oh, how weird! Like I remember seeing that as well. Maybe I must have seen it on YouTube. I guess.
Yeah, YouTube or Comedy Central or something at
Yeah.
some point. But I always thought that was kind of funny. Like, oh, when they're out there, they're just talking about real life stuff.
Just shooting the shit.
Yeah. And this song is so perfect too. They still play this when the Dodgers win. I Love LA.
Oh, is that
Randy
right?
Newman, yeah. Which apparently, I mean, we have the Angels here, but this was shot at Dodger Stadium. I was kind of confused at the end because Angel Stadium is in Anaheim.
Okay.
And at the end, you can see the LA skyline. I was like, wait.
Yeah, but let's be honest, only you and people who are intimately familiar with the area would know that.
Yeah. Well, and also I should say it's a horrifying view of the downtown skyline because it is just choking in smog.
Right.
It looks so, and it's not that far away from the stadium. It's kind of horrifying. I kind of remember this being a big gag too when we were younger about like pitching or signals to the catcher.
Right.
From like the base coach.
That's like a Simpsons thing too, right?
Yeah. Like just how weird they are.
When I signal you not once, not twice, but thrice.
Right, exactly. This is hilarious. The Queen doing the wave.
See, this is what I'm realizing is having spent many of my formative years in Saudi Arabia. Like my concept of baseball was built entirely around pop culture depictions.
Yeah.
From sitcoms and things like this.
It feels like it was featured in a lot more things. I mean, Bull Durham, Field of Dreams. Rookie of the Year.
Rookie of the Year. Yeah.
All these movies. Was having a moment.
Is Rookie of the Year the one with Daniel Stern?
Yes, I think he directed it, and he plays like a wacky.
He directed it too,
coach or something. Yeah.
Wow, good for him.
Yeah, and I'll never forget that's funky butt loving.
Funky butt loving. Yeah. I remember that.
I don't know. Whoever came up with that, give that guy a raise because I haven't forgotten that in like 30 years. So this is fun. And now you get the reverse joke. He has to stall, so he has to keep calling the wrong calls. Oh, I read also that when Leslie Nielsen passed in 2010, ESPN published an obituary for Enrico Palazzo.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, that's like
that's a deep cut joke.
Yeah, that's a really knowing, loving tribute.
Leslie Nielsen would have chuckled and played his fart machine.
Exactly. But this is just so funny, throwing all the baseballs in the air, just trying to. I love he's just pissing everybody off. Who is it? And one of the guys, I remember one of the players, he was like, "What?"
Yeah,
such a funny sound. And this is the thing too. I don't watch a ton of baseball these days, but I remember as a kid growing up, it was like such a big deal when a coach would go out there and yell at an ump, and then certain coaches were really fiery and they would like kick up dirt. So like seeing it here in a comedy context was hilarious, and it's like the umpires doing it to each other.
Yeah. You're out of here.
Yes. And I love when they got the rundown going on, and then eventually the player who's in the middle of the rundown catches the ball and is like, and like throws the ball away. So good.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So I'm trying not to just like read.
I know it's easy to just get pulled in. You're out of here.
So eventually, Reggie Jackson is the guy who gets activated here.
That's right.
And I guess he was retired at the time.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. And then, and I think about this all the time. I must kill the Queen.
The Queen.
I remember there was a movie we watched within the past couple of years where someone was hypnotized. And I remember joking with you that it made me think of this, like, I must kill the Queen.
What would that have been that we watched?
Man, I don't even know.
Ugh, this is going to bug me now.
Isn't he good though? Like these like robotic movements for being an athlete?
But I mean, not being a professional actor, yeah, he knows the assignment.
Yeah. Well, and I guess when the Queen passed away, The actual Reggie Jackson tweeted, "Now we all know I'm innocent. R.I.P. Queen E."
That's really fun. So I'm remembering now. When this is just a few months ago, Brian, you and I did a commentary for Captain America: Civil War.
Oh, okay.
And I started by right when we started the track, I was reading off the trigger words.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And then you were like, "I must kill the queen."
Oh man, that is a fantastic memory. Yeah, I remember it now. I love the players like it's just a big pile on, just punching each other, and then the queen just like just sitting there watching.
Yeah, I don't think we commented on it before, but I love the just the throwaway gag of the queen having to pass the hot dog over.
Yes. Which I don't
funny.
feel like people do as much these days, but I do remember doing that when I was younger. Like you would pass people's food.
Very much a thing.
Yeah.
Look at him walking like a robot.
He's so good. Well, yeah. I was wondering if this was like provocative at the time. Like I feel like nowadays this might be a little more provocative, showing someone point a gun at a real world person.
Sure. Now, I mean, it's like, let's have a heavyset person fall on him. Like that's basically the gag.
I know. That's no umpire.
Yes.
And then the one guy, Francis from Pee-wee's Big Adventure. It's Enrico Palazzo.
Enrico Palazzo. This too, where it's clearly a dummy that Montalban or like a sex doll or something that he's whipping around.
What is funny because with that big baseball pylon, you also see
like a lot of dummies.
Just I remember thinking like, what's the dummy budget on this movie? This is also trimmed down.
Okay.
From the version I grew up with. And you can see little evidence of it. So basically, Montalban does shoot Frank.
Okay.
But it hits his chest protector, the umpire chest protector. And so he continues monologuing, and the chest protector is like, these like silly noises. And it's slowly, see, now you can see it's deflated.
Oh, how funny.
They cut that out. Yeah. But you don't even notice it. And it's better.
This thing here where
this is as a kid, this was so funny to me. I'd never seen anything like this.
This is a classic Simpsons style gag right here.
Totally. So not only is the bad guy dead and he's plummeted to his death, but then a bus drives by and runs over him. Then a steamroller, and then a university marching band. Well, and then George Kennedy, like, oh,
my father went that way.
My father went the same way. See, look at how smogged out the skyline is there.
So does it not look like that anymore?
I mean, we have our bad days, but not like that.
Like that.
Yeah,
it was pretty bad in the 80s. I remember.
Yeah. It was like a joke that the nation knew.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I saw this funny note on IMDb in the trivia section. Someone called out that said, in 1988, there were 3 comedies where people were run over by steamrollers. Wow, so there was this one, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and A Fish Called Wanda.
Wow.
All in the same year. Isn't that kind of a funny, weird tidbit?
Hit the comedy zeitgeist at the right time, I guess.
Yeah. Such a horrifying thing, too.
I mean, in the first Austin Powers, the steamroller gag is one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Oh, hilarious. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Because the guy has all the time in the world to get out of the way.
Yeah. They're like, get out. It's like, no.
Yeah.
So funny.
But you know what I love about this too? I realize I love big crowd comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like Springfield.
Sure.
Everybody is going crazy, or everybody's sad, or everybody's happy. And this is kind of funny because Jane's been brainwashed and Frank is trying to talk her out of it, dig deep. get in contact with their love to break out of it. But like the whole stadium is kind of watching, and then it leads to all of them like, oh, like love is in the air, and they all start hugging each other, and like a mailman and a dog, or like making up. It's just, I love it.
So, well, and partly what makes this whole thing work is like he's saying a lot of nonsense, but he's delivering it with absolute sincerity.
Yes. Actually, I wanted to call that out earlier. I remember thinking that during the pistachio scene.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a real trick where they really don't care if you're listening to what they're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Like they want you to look at the funny thing that they're doing or something happening in the background, but they do still have to talk for 25 seconds.
Right.
So you can observe the visual gag. And so there's like, but I find myself, 7 times out of 10 not listening to a word they're saying.
Right, exactly.
So it's like you want to write something that has to do with the plot, but also it can't be that important because they know you're probably not listening.
You're not paying attention. That's a good point.
This is just so funny. All these people.
So this, I remember for sure when I was a kid, the version that I had in Saudi Arabia that where the Arab guy and the Jewish guy hug, that was cut out.
Oh, really?
I remember that for certain. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I don't know why. It seems like it's a nice message.
Yeah, nice sentiment. And then we get OJ back. So yeah, I'd forgotten he's not in this a lot. I mean, he's way more featured in the sequels.
Yeah, and like he's fine, he's funny, but I don't think you can escape the sort of specter of all of that.
Yeah, it's kind of strange, right? Like I'm still able to watch these because it's so cemented in my brain what he's doing in these movies.
Right.
But there is, like you say, a specter kind of hanging over it. I mean, come on, that's lean and mean and just wall-to-wall comedy.
It does the trick. It knows people who acted in the movie.
Yeah, these credits are hilarious. And I love it. It's funny how they do this, but it's also kind of clever where there's certain actors, they credit them by the one line that they say. It's Enrico Palazzo instead of like guy in stadium.
I love that it's like thug number 1 and thug number 27.
Right.
2 through 26 weren't important enough,
Right. Come on, see another coming up here. Yeah,
there he is.
Yeah.
Please disperse.
Hey, look out! Like it's clever and funny. And it's funny because as they went on with these parodies, I mean, you get Hot Shots. Oh, which we didn't mention the Hot Shots, I don't think, but Hot Shots Part 2, hilarious.
Yes.
And one of these guys is involved. I don't remember who. Maybe Abrams. I think he might have directed them.
Hot Shots.
Yeah, Hot Shots.
I think so.
But that's another one where you watch the credits and they go even like further.
Yeah.
It'll have like recipes for brownies and things like that. But oh man, this is the perfect way to spend a Sunday morning with you, Zachy.
I know it just breezes by, and the great thing about this movie is it doesn't matter how many times you watch it, it still makes you laugh. Which I mean, that's truly the test of comedy. Is we're 37 years out as of this recording.
Wow,
it's still hilarious, and people are going to keep watching it. I mean, I have no idea where the new film will land as it relates to this one, but the bar is pretty high.
Oh yeah. I mean, and I think you hit the nail on the head when we were sort of talking about basketball and some of these other comedies. Look, you don't want to make your thing, you don't want to restrict it. I mean, if you want to have your dirty joke, do your dirty joke. If you want to have something that feels like in the moment people will laugh at and maybe they won't laugh at in 20 years, toss it in. Why not?
Yeah.
But like the real guiding light should be, by and large, make things that are just, timeless. Right. And don't rely on something else to be funny. Just, work really hard to make things that are just funny, flat out funny on their face, and then you're going to have something that's going to last, basically 40 years later, and you can have people like us still watching it and cracking up at it.
That's, clearly easier said than done, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Right. That's really the thing, because it's hard to think of recent comedies that work like this, and I'm sure they do exist, and I'm just I'm blanking a little bit. And I'm trying not to come off like a curmudgeonly old man, but
No, not at all. No, I really just mean it as an observation, because there are other movies that haven't aged as well, or just I laugh at because they were funny in the moment and I have nostalgia for them. They're still funny and they serve their purpose, but like, you got to commend this one and really recognize and admire it.
It went the distance, and it has gone the distance.
Yeah, exactly.
And well, that's a good place to leave this discussion.
Yeah.
Hey, let us know your thoughts on The Naked Gun, or let us know your thoughts on our thoughts on The Naked Gun. You can email us at moviefilmpodcast@gmail.com. You can also hit like on our Facebook page, facebook.com/moviefilmpodcast, and message us there. As always, if you like what we're doing, please go to Apple Podcasts and leave a review, leave a star rating. You can also do the same at Spotify. And hey, if you're listening to this on YouTube, hit subscribe and hit that like button. Brian, we also have a Patreon page.
That's right. If you head over to patreon.com/moviefilmpodcast and hit subscribe for only $5 a month, you'll find every commentary we've ever done and every episode moving forward absolutely ad-free. Our free feed is always available, but this is our way of providing what we believe is the most satisfying way to enjoy the show without random interruptions and ads. Plus, your subscription goes a long way in helping to support us and helping to sustain producing the show. So if you're interested and able, please head over to patreon.com/moviefilmpodcast and hit subscribe. We'd be very grateful.
There you go. And with that, on behalf of my partner, Brian Hall, my name is Zaki Hassan. This has been our commentary track for The Naked Gun from the Files of Police Squad. We'll be back soon with our next regular show. Thanks, everybody.
I walked her home and she held my hand. I knew it couldn't be just a one-night stand.
Hey, it's Ryan Seacrest. Life comes at you fast, which is why it's important to find some time to relax. A little you time. Enter Chumba Casino. With no download required, you can jump on anytime, anywhere for the chance to redeem some serious prizes. So treat yourself with Chumba Casino and play over 100 online casino-style games, all for free. Go to ChumbaCasino.com to collect your free welcome bonus. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.